welcome to Wednesday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, and a debut, I think, on the channel today for Bren77 and their puzzle Hot and Cold Cages, which has a rule set that's been described as underused and undervalued. I don't think I've seen this rule set before, although it does sort of ring a vague bell with me. I'm getting a subtle sense of deja vu, but it's incredibly simple. And for that, we're grateful to Bren77. As a 99% approval rating, this one, on Logic Masters Germany. And apparently it is rather wonderful. So, yeah, do have a go. 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty as well. So it might be approachable. In fact, why don't I read the rules and then I'll get on with the announcements after that. So this is what we're going to have to do in today's video. So we've got normal Sudoku rules apply, which means we've got to put the numbers 1 to 9 in every row, in every column, and in every 3x3 box once each. However, in every row, column and 3x3 box, there is exactly one hot cell, which has a value 1 greater than its digit, and exactly one cold cell, which has a value 1 less than its digit. What? I didn't say her name! The dreaded lady who interrupts us at very strange moments. Anyway, exactly one cold cell, which has a value 1 less than its digit. Each digit 1 to 9 appears in exactly one hot cell and exactly one cold cell. Values in cages sums the clue if given. Hang on a moment. What does oh, I see. Right, so we have got cages here where there is no value. And then there's a square bracketed part of the rules which says cages without clues make a symmetric pattern and are given purely for aesthetic reasons. Yes. Oh, yes. Okay, I can see that. Sort of. It's sort of. It's almost sort of rotationally symmetric, isn't it? We've got this. If you were to rotate the grid, if you were to twist it 180 degrees around this pivot, I think everything maps to itself apart from something in the central box, which won't quite work. But it is a very symmetrical disposition of cages. And what we have to do is to identify in each 3x3 box one hot and one cold cell, and in each row and column as well. And they form a sort of disjoint subset in the sense that each hot digit has to be different from every other hot digit. And then the hot digits count for 1 more, and the cold digits count for 1 less. And somehow we have to fill the cages. So that is our task today. It sounds simple, maybe. And we'll have a go at this in a moment or two. But what do I have to tell you about first? The first thing I'm going to mention actually is a puzzle we did just the other day. The video for this puzzle is going gangbusters, and not the video is going gangbusters, and that's great. But the reason that the video is popular is this extraordinary puzzle from is this the starting position? No, it's not. This extraordinary puzzle by Chameleon called Rush Hour Sudoku, and this is based off a board game, and basically you can move these cars around the grid, and Chameleon has designed this so he can move the cars around the grid, and you can see the given digits go with the movements of the cars, and the idea is that you have to work out where the cars need to go in order that you can solve the 6x6 Sudoku. It is a stunning, original and beautifully brilliant idea and execution, and you must have a try of this. You will love it. It's a lot of fun. Even if you're not very good at Sudoku, it's just fun to sort of figure out how these cars can move and where they could possibly go. So I wholeheartedly recommend that to you. I'll try and remember and put a link on the screen. Now, April the 26th was obviously a popular day for intelligent people to be born. I've got some birthdays to do. I'm going to start with Nate. Nate, I believe you're at a meeting of some board gamers today, and your friend Nanju said that you might like a shout out. So Nate, very happy birthday. Now Eliza has turned a secret age today over there in Ontario, Canada. I mustn't tell you what that age is, but you might be able to guess. And Vic told us it was your birthday, Eliza, and I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. Aidan has turned 17 today, and I know this because Aidan, your girlfriend Summer, wrote to us, and she said that you're not having any chocolate cake today. Bad luck. But you are having homemade Victoria Sponge. Well, homemade Victoria Sponge, I think, is a worthy substitute. So Aidan, enjoy that. And then finally, Dawn, it's your birthday today, and I know this because a little bird by the name of your husband, Eric, wrote in and said you'd appreciate a shout out. So Dawn, happy birthday to you too. And then the only other thing I've got to mention is what's going on over on Patreon, where we had the Skunk Works with the Nightmare on Sudoku Street as our April reward, which has proved incredibly popular, and loads of you enjoying that. Let's pause that for a moment. And I've got some names of people who've managed to solve all 19 puzzles. So let me read those names out. Don Stanley, Ted Caldwell, Adam Trock, Steve Swingle, Merrill Jansen, Ben Carter, Mary Christine Kramer, Adrian Breivik, Nathan Jones, Stefan Winkel, Dane Bayer, Michael Stranieri, Tom Cooperthwaite, Stephen Chrysomalis, Craig Anderson, Cheswick. You must let us know how your 5-year-old got on with the Super Mario Hunt, Cheswick, Christina Vaduva, and Tobias Binder. All of you sent in the correct entries. Fabulous work, one and all. And I need to warm you up, because at the start of May we have this incredible, I don't know how to describe it, Sudoku Hunt is doing it a disservice, but it's by Demono. Many of you will know the name Demono because Demono has been behind some of the most popular puzzles we have ever tried on the channel. Think Everything is Roggen. And it comes with a novella, so the Sudoku puzzles form part of the story. And it really is cool. I haven't quite got to the end yet. Mark got to the end yesterday. He said it's really brilliant. So it's a really, really cool story. It does intrigue you and keep you wondering what's going to happen next. So this is what we've got coming up on the 1st of May. So do join us before then if you're not a patron already, because it's going to be quite an event, I think. Now, that's all I've got to tell you about, so why don't we get on with hot and cold cages, and I will try the puzzle by Bren77, and we will, now the way you can play is to click the link under the video as usual, but now I get to play. Let's get cracking. Now, one thing that did occur to me as I was reading the rules is, and I think it was because I mentioned the secret earlier, but the secret still applies in this puzzle, doesn't it? Now, the secret is, for those of you who don't know, something I will tell you, because you're definitely in my coterie of favourite people if you're still watching the video. But just don't tell anyone else. The secret is that any complete column, row, or box of a Sudoku, because it contains the digits 1 to 9 once each, contains digits that sum to 45. But in this puzzle, the values of those digits, one of them gets adjusted up by the hot cell, one of them gets adjusted down by the cold cell. So they still have values that sum to 45. And that occurred to me as I was reading the rules. And then I'm looking at the puzzle and realising that doesn't matter a jot, does it? Because we have got no complete columns, rows, or boxes that are full of cages. So in fact, we can't avail ourselves of that logic, I don't think. Certainly not initially, anyway. I've spotted one thing so far. There's a 1 cage. No, that's not what I've spotted. What I've spotted is in row 5. And look, we've got a 17 cage here and a 14 cage here. Now, I think it must be true to say that one of these digits has to be heated up. Because if we max out 4 different digits in Sudoku, the maximum we can make those digits add up to is 30, with 6, 7, 8 and 9. And yet these 4 digits apparently add up to 31. So there must be a hot digit, and presumably I've got to use red for hot. So there's a hot digit in one of these cells. And these cells, are 6, 7, 8 and 9, because one of them needs to be heated up to get us to 31. So these squares are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's possible, isn't it? 5 and 9 would work. I haven't quite worked out if that needs... That can't be a hot digit. That could be a hot digit. So I don't think I can just write 5 and 9 in there. I mean, this cell can't be 6 or 8, so the normal way of making 14 here, which includes 6 and 8, 6 and 8 won't work. Oh, I see. Hang on. But I could do 5 and 8 with the 8 heated up. Oh, this is, yeah, this puzzle's going to play with your brain, isn't it? This is very... It's already, I've got that feeling of, about it. Yeah, okay, look, column 5. Right, I've got a digit. I've got a digit. I can write this digit into the puzzle. I'll do it slowly, though. Okay, let's look at these cells, because they are symmetrically relevant, I think, to these cells. So... what's the minimum I could make 4 different digits add up to in Sudoku? Well, if I used 1, 2, 3, and 4, they would add up to 10. Yet these 4 cells apparently add up to 9. So one of these needs to be cooled down. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, and one of them has been cooled. We'll make it blue. But that means this cell is a naked single. It sees 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6, 7, 8, 9, so it can only be 5. Oh, what's going on with this cell? So that's... Yes, okay. So this digit, which by Sudoku has to be at least 6, is in a 6 cage. So it must be 6, this must be 1, and the 1 must be cooled down to have a value of 0. And then 0 plus 6 will give us 6. This is mad. Okay, so now we've got 7, 8, and 9 into those squares. Oh, yes. And now the 14 cage is... well, it's become a baffled cage, hasn't it? It's like the baffled king. David... I heard there was a sacred chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. This is a baffled cage because, look, this square has to be no higher than 4, and yet it's in a 14 cage, so we can't go 4, 10. So we must go 4, 9, and heat the 9 up to make it higher. And that does add up to 14 in the most strange way possible. That's not a 9 anymore. Right, okay, and the rest of this box is now normal digits, isn't it? Because we've got a red digit and a blue digit. So I don't know if I'm meant to colour these in. Perhaps that would be sensible. Let's make these green. Green will be our colour for digits that are normal. So this is a normal 9 cage. It's not 1, 8, 3, 6, or 4, 5. So that is 2, 7, I think, which means this is 8. This is 3, almost in the corner. And the 2, 7 is resolved by the fact that we've got 7s in one of these squares. And these squares, so these squares are now a 7, 9 pair. Okay. This is very clever and interesting already. Okay, so one of these is 7. I don't quite know how to do the pencil mark here, but what I want to tell myself is that one of these is heated up, and it is a 7. Because it can't be a heated up 9, because we've already had a heated up 9. So, and we need a heated up digit in this column. We know the heated up digit can't be in the cells that add up to 9, because if we heat up one of these, even if we have a cooled down cell, the minimum we could make the total would then be 10, because we'd heat one up and cool it down again. I'm trying desperately hard not to sneeze. I think I'm getting ill. Okay, and we do the same trick, presumably, in this row, do we? We can't have the cool digit in any of those cells, so one of these is cool. Whoopsie. And do we know its value? It's a 1, yes we do. It's a 1 or a 3 by Sudoku, and it can't be a cooled down 1. So there's a cooled down 3 in one of these. There's a cooled down, no, heated up 7 in one of those. And the thing I'm seeing here is this. And the reason it's funny, this 8 cage just looks like it's completely impossible, because I know that you can't put 1, 7, 2, 6 or 3, 5 into the 8 cage. So the 8 cage is somehow adjusted. Oh right, yeah, okay. And it's not adjusted by a cold digit, because I can't put a cold digit in the 8 cage because I've already got a cold digit in the row. So it's adjusted by a hot digit. So there's a hot digit in one of these, which means these two cells are not hot. So these two cells are now normal because they see a cold digit 3 in one of those and a hot digit here. So these are an 8-9 pair, I think, which means that these squares are a 6-7 pair, and one of these is hot to make 14, and that makes sense in the loosest sense of the word. And these two squares must add up to 7 because one of them is heated up to become 8, and they're not 1, 6 or 3, 4. So this is a 2-5 pair. Oh, this is just very, very cool. So 2 and 5 are now in these cells, and I can't put 5 in the 3 cage because however much I try and cool it down, it really won't work. So that's got to be 5, which means there is a 2 in the 3 cage, which is... well, this could be a normal 3 cage. If it's not a normal 3 cage... hang on. How would we adjust if there is a 2 in here? It either counts for 2, in which case the value of the digit that must accompany it is 1. Now we can't put 0 in and heat it up, or 2 again in and cool it down. So if this is a natural 2, this is a 1-2 pair all natural. Now if this is a 2 that's then adjusted, it could be adjusted up, but then we'd need to put 0 in here, so it's not adjusted up. If it's adjusted down, then we need to put another digit of value 2 in there, which we could do with a heated up 1, but we can't heat up the 1 because we've already heated up something of the 6 and 7 in here. So I think this is a 1-2 pair, and I think it's actually green. I don't think we can adulterate it. I don't think so. Anyway, these two cells are green, aren't they? They see both colours. I'd like to know which one of these is 3. Okay, I've had a heated up digit here. So could I have a... how does this 12 gauge work? That's what I'm wondering. Now, if it's natural, it would have to be 4-8, wouldn't it? Because it can't be 5-7 and it can't be 3-9. So it's either 4 and 8, or it's cooled down from a 13 value, which couldn't be 6-7 or 5-8. So it would have to be 4-9. So it's definitely got 4 in it. But I don't know whether it's got a cooled digit or a natural digit. It would be very, very easy to make a mistake in this puzzle, I think. Very easy. What about that 20 cage? That can't have 9 in it. Okay, and it can't have a hot digit in it because the 9 is hot. It's already been superheated. So it's either... so this either adds up to 21 without using 9, which means it's 6, 7, 8, or it's natural without using 9, which means it's 7, 8, 5. Right, so this... right, oh, I see. So this definitely has 8 and 7 in it, and that means that cell is a 9. And if that cell is a 9, it isn't heated up, because we've already heated up the 9, so this is the 7, and that is heated up. Which means there's a heated up digit down here by Sudoku. There's definitely a 7 and an 8 in here. Oh, I see, but I don't know. This could still be the cooled down. Oh, have we had any cooled down digits that I can use? No, I don't know much about what's been cooled down. I know 1's been cooled down and 3's been cooled down. And that's all. What about this 8 cage? Oh, we must be able to do that because I've got all the digits in this row. These squares are 3, 4 and 6. And that's... okay. Alright, so there's no hot digit in here. And I can't make 2 of these digits add up to 8 naturally. So there must be a cold... Oh, that's lovely. So there's a cold digit in there, which means this is not cold. Which means this is cold, which means it's the 3. So this is the 1. That needs to become fully blue. These squares are now all natural because we've got the red and the blue, which means these squares don't include 9, which means that square is a 9. And by Sudoku, that square's a 7. And we've got to cool down. So we need these 2 digits to add up to 9 and cool one of them down. Okay, this is interesting because these must therefore be a 3-6 pair. But the 3 is not cooled down because the 3's already been cooled down. So there is a cooled down 6 in there, and this square is a 4. And these are all natural. Okay, so let's just take stock of these middle 3 rows. Do we know what's heated up in here? Ah, look. We know that there's a 6 heated here because the 7's already been heated. I don't think we do know which of 2 and 5 is heated up. We know that 6 is cooled down here because 3 has already been cooled down. But so 6 is cooled down here. But we don't know. I have a feeling I can tell which of these, how this works, but I can't quite see how to do it. Okay, where are 1 and 2 in this column though? They seem to have to go up here. So these, okay, so this is good. Right, so by Sudoku, 1 and 2 are in these cells, which means this 6 cage has no 1 or 2 in it. So that must have a cooled down something in it, and it's not a cooled down 3. So there is a cooled down 4 in here, which means these squares are natural. So they are a 1-2 pair, and they don't deserve any colour. So this is all green. Right, and now there is a cooled down digit in my 20 cage. So we know the 20 cage doesn't contain 5 anymore because it must be 6, 7, 8 to get to 21, so we can cool one of the digits down. We know the 6 isn't cooled down, so it's a 7 or an 8 that's cooled down. Now, do we know which? I don't know. We might do. I don't think I know, which is a different question to whether the audience knows. 1, 2, 5 here. So these are 6, 8, 9. But that's, look, there's no cage total here, so that's not very useful. And down here we've got 3, 4, 5. And do we know which one of these is heated up or heated up, isn't it? It's not. No, we don't know actually. We don't know anything about the little digits in terms of which one's been heated up yet. Oh, what about that cage? That cage has got heat in it. Because look, it adds up to 4, so it can't be natural because it would be a 1-3 pair and break this. And it can't be cooled because that cell, so that this one, oh, we know it's got to be there. That has got to be heated up. Which means these 2 squares have to add up to 3, because then we can heat one of them up to get 4. And we don't know, do we? I don't think we know. I think it's the same problem we had down here. We don't know about the low heated up digits, but we do know that the rest of this column is green. And let me think. I know all of these squares are green. What about this 4? We've got loads of 4 cages everywhere. But, okay, these can't be heated up 4 cages. Oh, that's... Alright, here's a little way we could look at this then. So these 2 cells can't be heated up, so they can't be 3s, which means they are a 4-5 pair, I think. Because they can't both be 4. So one of them must be a cooled down 5, and therefore this square can't be cool. Oh, this is very lovely. It really is. So that becomes green. We know the 4 was the cooled digit here because we've already had a cooled 3. So that's a 4, fully blue. This is a 3. 5 is cooled in one of those. I don't really know how to... I'll do it like that to try and remind myself. The rest of the row, therefore, is green because we've had a red and a blue. This square can't be a 5, which means we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quintuple effectively in the row. So these squares are from, let's put that in, 6, 7, 8, 9. That one can't be 7. Right, so let's go through the cooled digits. We've had a 1. We haven't had a cooled down 2, I don't think. But we have had cooled down 3, cooled down 4, cooled down 5, cooled down 6. What? Well, this could be cooled down 7 or cooled down 8. We haven't had cooled down 9 either. Okay. It doesn't seem to be enough clues left. We've got a few clues left in this column. Let's have a look here then. So, yeah, I'm going to use this again. I can see something. I might be able to get this digit, I think, because well, this is a 1 cell 6 cage, so it's either natural, in which case it's 6, heated up, in which case it's 5, or cooled down, in which case it's 7, and that's the same, and that seems to be a 5, 6, 7 triple, which means this square must be a 4, and 4 that's already been cooled, so that's not allowed to be cooled. That's gone green. This is the cooled down 5, therefore, which means this is not cooled. That goes green. This is cool, which means it's the 6. I like the way that when you establish which the cooled digit is, it actually does the digits for you as well. That's not 6. This 5 does the 5 and the 2. Now this time, do we know the order? Well, no. It would be really nice to know that this was a heated up 2, because then that would be a heated up 1. Oh, the 4 and the 8 are done in this column, look. Okay, and that square is a 1 or a 2. Because it can't be a 0 heated up. So that means in this column we've got a sort of septuplet, a heptuplet, or something like that on 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So these two squares are a 3, 9 pair. Now, do we know anything about that? We've got... I don't think so. Oh, I see. No, it's simpler. It's not the 3 and the 9. One of these is a 5 by Sudoku in a 6 cage. So one of those must be a heated up 5, which means that can't be heated up in the column. So that turns green. This is heated up. We know the heated up digit is the 6. This becomes a 7. These two squares become... Oh, so one of these is natural and one of these is heated up. So let's actually try and record that. One of these is heated up. One of these is a heated up 5. Ah, that's it. Look, 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 look. So now we use that over here. This cannot be heated up. So that turns green. This is heated up, which is exactly what we were hoping for, because now that digit is a 1, because we've already had a heated up 2. So that digit's a 2, that's a 2. If that's been heated... Oh, of course, if that's been heated up, that can't be heated up. Come on, Simon. Use your brain. So this is a natural 6 in a cage. So that's a heated up 5. Which, no, I was about to do something totally and utterly bogus there. That's not heated up. Which means that is green. I don't want it to have the flash. I still haven't got the cooled down digit in this column. It can't be a 3. It can't be a 1. So it could be a cooled... Oh, it could very well be a cooled down 2 in this cell. Oh, this cell's not cooled down, actually. Sorry, look at these two cells are both green. But, oh, look, yeah, no, better. I've just got to do Sudoku on cool digits. It goes there. That's got to be cool. So we can remove options for this by looking at the cool digits. So this has to be by coolness, not by Sudoku. This is a 2, 7, 8 or 9 by the power of coolness. And, well, it's not 2 or 7 actually. So it is 8 or 9. It's not 2 or 7 by Sudoku. So there's a cool 8 or a cool 9 here. So again, if we knew this was a cool 8, that would help us with this digit. Oh, one of those is cool by sort of cool Sudoku. Okay, look at this column. We've got both colours, so all of those turn. Oh, that's mean. All of these turn green, but we don't have any clues, so I think that's totally and utterly useless. I think that's what my instinct is telling me. These squares have to be all green. How can there possibly... I mean, seriously, how can there possibly be enough information to finish this now? There's an 8-9 pair in this row. So we've got to place 1, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 5. Okay, so where does... Sorry, I didn't spot this. Where does 5 go in this row? It's only got one place. That makes this a 1. Okay, well, it doesn't even do anything. These squares have got to be... that's a naked single. Can't be 1 or 4, and its only other option was 3. So this is a 1, 4 pair. Oh, we've got a chance for a 3 in the corner down here. Wow. But there doesn't seem to be enough information here. What hot digits are we left with? 3, 4. 3, 4 and 8. I haven't put... Right, okay, one of these... Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Right. What can we say about those two cells? And there's two things we can say. The first is that the hot digit in row 1 is in one of these. But the second thing is that they see 3 and 4 by Sudoku. So the hot digit, and we've only got 3, 4 and 8 left, is there's an 8 in one of these two, which is hot. Which means these two squares are not 8. That's not an 8. So there is an 8 in this domino. Ah, no, I wanted to just corner pencil mark that. So there is an 8 down there. Is this doing anything else? I'm not sure. Okay, so one of these is a heated up 8. So these two squares are both, obviously they're both green. Oh, that's lovely as well. Right, okay. This is a seriously impressive puzzle. I have to say that, Bren77. This is seriously impressive. Okay, so what do we know about hot digits that are left to place? And the answer is that we've got 3 and 4. One of those is going to be here, but none of them can be there, because by Sudoku we can't put a 3 or a 4 there. So there cannot be hot digits down there. So the hot digit in box 7 is over here, and if it's over here, that cell is not allowed to be hot. So that turns green, which means it's not the 8 we were looking for. This is the droid we're looking for, and this is an 8. It doesn't do that though. This square's not the hot digit either, is it, by the power of Sudoku? So there's now a weird thing going on. We've got a sort of X-wing on hot digits, but it's not quite a normal X-wing, because if we worked out that was hot, we would know that was hot, and we would know these two squares were a 3-4 pair, which is very peculiar. I've got a 1-2 pair in this row, I've only just noticed. What else could we do? The answer to that is I have not got a Scooby-Doo. We could argue about... I don't know. Oh, come on, Simon. Okay, where do you put 2 in this box? That's not an unreasonable question. Apparently it goes in the corner. So this square is 6, 7 or 9. Apparently. I don't think we know which. This is an 8-9 pair. What am I meant to do? We've got 5 digits in this column, so 4, 6, 7 and 8 left. So that's a 7 or an 8 by Sudoku. Oh, hang on, no it's not. It's not able to be 8. Let me just double check this. 4, 6, 7 and 8. 4, 6, 8. Yeah, that's a naked single. That's a 7, apparently. Some of you would have spotted that very quickly, but I didn't. Now I've got a 6-9 pair, so that makes this square a 3. So that makes that square a 9. I need to think about that in the context of all the nonsenses that are going on. Now, what's this digit then? That's a 5 in the corner, apparently. Now, have we had a... No, we haven't. We haven't had it. We haven't had the blue 9 yet. Okay, so this could be a cold 2, and that would work. Or this could be a cold 9, and that would work and resolve this. I don't know how to do this. I'm not sure. No. Oh, 7 is placed here. Look, that's a naked single. So 7 is in one of those 3 cells. Let's check this column. 2, 5, 6 and 9. That square is restricted. That's only allowed to be 2, 6. 2, 6, 5, 9. That can't be 9. One of these cells is blue. By the power of, we haven't put blue in this column yet. Oh no, we don't know, because we don't know which of these is blue. But the blue, okay, so what is the blue down here? The answer is that we don't know that either. We know it's not 5 or 6. So whatever is blue down here is 2 or 9. So if it's 9, it's blue. No, that's beautiful. Oh, that's absolutely beautiful. Okay. So it's a blue. Oh, this is going to do things, I think. Yeah. Okay, so this square is the one I want to look at. Well, actually, sort of. Anyway, what I want to consider is whether or not 9 can be the blue digit in this column. Now if 9 is the blue digit, it has to be there through Sudoku and blueness. But if this is a blue 9, this couldn't be the blue digit in column 8. And the blue digit would be here, and it would be another blue 9, and that would be 2 blue 9s, and that doesn't work. So this square, I think all we can actually say about it is it's not blue, which means it's green. I don't think I can say it's not 9. It might still be able to be 9, but that does mean that the blue digit in this column is a 2 in one of those squares, because it cannot be 5 or 6 because they've already had their turn at being blue. So there is a 2 down here, which means if this is blue, it can't be blue now. This cannot be blue, because to be blue and to have a value of 1, it would need to be a 2, and there's already been a 2 here. So this is not now blue. This is natural. So that's natural. It gets greened. This is therefore blue and is a blue 9, which means that's a blue 8. That's a blue 9. That's a 9 and a 6. This is 8. This is 9 and this is 6. Wow. Okay. So that 6, look, is placing the 2 and the 5 and the 9, and we know the 2 is the blue one, so that loses its colour, not its religion, but its colour. So now which of these is blue? It's only allowed to be this one. So these two become green, and we know that the only blue we've not had is 7. So believe it or not, that gets placed there. And we get a 6-8 pair left. So let's just tidy up the pencil marks and see if we can we resolve this? That's not 7 anymore. That 1 is doing a little bit of work. We get a 1-2 pair. So there's a 1 in one of those squares, which apparently is not resolved. This square is green. So we've nearly, well, we've got the X, sort of weird X-wing of 3-4 redness to do. I see. I can do a bit more in these columns. So I now know these digits are 2, 3, and 7. So that's a naked single 3, not a 3 in the corner. That's 2, that's 7. Okay. So these digits are 4, 6, and 8. Oh, similar to these. Okay, 4, 6, 8. Literally unresolved. Okay. So it's going to we're going to have to think harder, I think. No, 9 is done over here. Okay, I now believe that this probably will solve, which I was feeling very sceptical about a moment or two ago. So I've got 1, 4, 6, and 7 to place down here. Let's actually just pencil mark it. 1, 4, 6, 7. That square is therefore that's only 4 or 6. That's not allowed to be 7. Yes, so there are 4 7s I've only just noticed looking at this box. So we could always have placed this. And 1, 3, 4, and 8 looking down here. 1, 3, 4, 8. That's not able to be 3 or... So this is 4 or 8. What am I missing here? I think there's going to be something very obvious I need to think about. Let me do that in a moment. Hang on. What's going on? This can't be a 3. So this is 4 or 5. This can't be a 5, so this is 3 or 4. This can't be a 1. Look, I want to put a 3 in this corner, just because I do. That can't be a 5. Oh, I see. Right. Oh, it's actually easier. It's just Sudoku. This has got to be a 5 by Sudoku, and the moment that becomes a 5, it's not allowed to be the red digit, because we know we're looking for 3s and 4s to be heated up. So this is the heated up digit. Although weirdly we don't know what it is. That's not heated up then. So that's green. This is, oh, that's it. Look, this is heated up but can't be a 3. So it has to be the 4, because we don't need another heated up 8. So that's a heated up 3. And no, I don't get a 3 in the corner. I get other things instead. Okay, so we get, oh, I see the 8 and the 6 get resolved now. So that square's a 4. These two squares lose their flash. This square becomes a 6. A 4 and the 1 at the top. So that needs to be a 1, and that needs to be a 3. And that, right, let's just take stock. Have we got, yeah, we've got 9 blues, we've got 9 reds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that's right. Let's click tick. Yes. Oh, nil! It's done it again. Why does it keep not starting my clock? I don't understand. Oh, well, never mind. It does seem to be correct. What a brilliant, brilliant debut from Bren77. That is a rule set that is... It's actually got a lot of panache, hasn't it? The start's comedy. It's comedy that you get a 6 here in the 6 cage, and you have to fill it with a 6 and a 1. And indeed, that you get a 4, 9 in the 14 cage. And it's really powerful, because there was a moment towards the end where I couldn't think or couldn't see for the life of me how it was going to solve uniquely, because we seemed to not have enough cages with numbers left in them to look at, and yet it does. Beautiful. There's some beautiful ideas. That cell was amazing. That this couldn't be a blue 9, because it would cause another blue 9 to immediately appear here, was lovely. Oh, and yeah, and the fact this 3-4 pair was beautiful, forcing the red digit over here, down here, and giving us the 8, and the way that they all sort of then interplayed. I don't know how you go about creating that, but anyway, it was really, really cool. I loved it. Let me know in the comments how you got on. Let's give Bren77 some love, and let Bren77 know whether we need to see more of this rule set in the future. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.